Okay, so welcome. Hello to everybody over there. And such a nice, beautiful day today. Welcome to another episode of the live Forex trading London session with your host, Peeling Mindset AK. So we have started the stream on the YouTube. So everything is up and running. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the pairs here. We're going to look at pound yen and also gold. So for the guys in the YouTube who are just beginners, I'm going to help you guys know how we run down the show, right? So I'm going to let you guys know how we actually come in front of the computer. How do we start our day of trading? So what do we do and stuff, right? So just give me a second, and after everything is up and running, we can just execute our session. All righty. So let's check our terminal here. Is the terminal up and running? Everything looks okay. Okay, so Monday, such a great start. So the a new day, new month. This is the first day of the month, May. So this is pretty exciting, to be honest. So GJ and gold actually paid me well at the end of the April. So hopefully we can get some trade here in May as we planned. So let's just what we're gonna do is we are actually going to erase all of the drawings from here, and we're gonna start fresh. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. So for the guys in YouTube, so the first thing you do is to start your trading session. So the first thing you do is you log into your, you go into Google and search for Tradingview right here. If you look at this, oh, sorry about this. And so if you look at the Tradingview, look up Tradingview, you're going to find a site. This is where you can access all of the liquidity feed of the instruments, right? So in FX, there are a few liquidity feed provider. One of them is FXCM. So when I look into GBP JPY or one of my other pair, gold, I actually look into I go into TradingView, search for this pair, and add it to my watch list, and that way I could actually monitor if anything is happening. Right. So today, as far as I remember, today is a pound bank holiday. So we are not sure if there's going to be any volume induced in the pound session, because pound is a heavy influencer in pound yen, right? So even the yen, even the Japanese banks are in a holiday. So not sure how the volume is going to kick in these sort of markets. But we can look at commodities like gold. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to focus on the gold more than pound yen today, and see if there's any opportunities I could capitalize on. So let me do this. Okay. So again, same thing. The guys on the YouTube, go into TradingView, search for your instrument. I look into pound yen. That's the FX currency. And after that, what you do is you log into Forex Factory. So you can make an account in this website for free. Right, this is actually free to make an account in Forex Factory. From here, you can definitely look into the calendar, and in the calendar, it tells you what's happening throughout the day. So today on Monday, May 3rd, the first open day session for the retail traders like us. So Japanese yen is in a holiday today. GBP is in a holiday. Looks like there's no any major news in today's market, so everything seems okay. So on Tuesday, what we can see is Powell is speaking. So usually when Powell speaks, there is a lot of volume. So Tuesday may be a volume day. But again, on Tuesday, yen is on a holiday. So if you look at this, Japanese yen is in a holiday. So not sure how the London session is going to act. Right. So Wednesday, again, The yen is looks like yen is in a big holiday here. Isn't a very long holiday. So Thursday there is some pound major news, a red folder news. Looks like this can influence the market a little bit. So the Bank of England is posting its monetary policy report. So that's something to look out for. And Friday, we have the unemployment rate. Okay. Non-farmers payroll. Okay, that's something to look out for. Friday. So usually around these sort of news, we do see a lot of movement. So what we're gonna do is, and some of the guys in YouTube don't know what session you are in. So to see what session you are in, if you're logging into Forex Factory, there are a few tabs, calendar and market, right? If you actually open up the market tab on the other page, and even the news tab, because you want to be updated about any breaking news or any sort of news that just came in that could actually influence the market and its volume, right? So looking into the market, it can definitely tell you that, you know what, the London session is going to start in the next 1 hour and 29 minutes. Obviously, it's a UK bank holiday, so we are not sure how the volume's going to act in London market. So the Sydney market's going to close in the next 28 minutes. We have to wait and see how gold's going to react, and we're going to see if we can take any opportunity in gold. So the Sydney market's going to close in the next 28 minutes. Maybe that's going to induce some volume in the market. Obviously, Tokyo is closed, London's closed. So in a regular day, if there was no bank holiday, so when you come into this market tab, you could definitely see that the London session would start in the next 2 hour or 1.5 hour, right? So 2 hour before a market session open time, that's when this green line is going to reach here, is a pre-session. So we are in a sort of like a pre-London session right now. So when the market opens right here, that's no longer a pre-session. So one more time, when you go into the market, you can see if you're in any sort of pre-session or any sort of market open time. So that's one good thing about the Forex Factory. And let's just dive into our pairs here. So this was the trade I took on the last day of the April, on the Friday, I think. So that's pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually erase this trade here and some of the levels that I don't need, because I want my chart to be noted, or I want my chart to have notation that could actually help me, right? Not just any extra notation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this because that's no longer valid. So just give me a second. Let's go into the monthly time frame. So when we break down the chart, we should try and break down the chart with the help of multiple time frame. Especially a good practice is breaking down the chart from higher time frame to the lower time frame. So when you go into Tradingview, you see this monthly tab, weekly tab, daily tab, 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, and it just goes on, right? So when you break down the chart, it's a good practice if you break down the chart from the higher time frame. So when we look into the monthly time frame, obviously this FXCM's liquidity feed is good because I can actually see gaps too, right? So the current monthly candle closed below with a gap. So I can definitely see this gap. So the current monthly candle is bullishing up. So that's a good sign. So this was actually anticipated before in April. So what we ideally wanted to see was, let me annotate it for you guys. And alrighty. Okay, so this was actually anticipated, right? We anticipated this monthly candle to close a bearish candle, and the next candle will sort of grab its liquidity on the top side before it head down, right? Why we wanted this monthly candle or any further coming month to go down? Because the market has been bullishing up for some time, and the market cannot be in one direction forever, right? So there has to be some sort of correction in the market. So there are a lot of bearish targets here. So when the market's going to head down, there are a lot of proper targets on the downside. So that's why we wanted to see the market, the current monthly candle, to actually grab its liquidity first before it heads down. So this has been established as a resistance. So the YouTube guys, if you don't know what a resistance is is a level where price rejects and starts heading down, right? Or it's a level where price is resisted from going further up. So this could be a potential monthly resistance. So that's very nice. And if this current monthly candle is going to grab its liquidity on the top side before heading down, perfect, because we do have a proper wick on the left hand side to fill, which is like 175, 178 pips, which is nice. And we do have a lot of targets on the downside. So let's look at the weekly candle. Looking at the weekly candles, the previous weekly candle obviously closed bullish. Just give me a second. Obviously closed bullish. So this gray line on the bottom bit was sort of like a weekly support that we identified, right? So the previous weekly candle obviously closed bullish, but with a rejection on the top side. So this could be a moment of confusion for some of the guys who have just started, and you may be thinking that, what, I'm talking about bullish and I'm talking about rejection. It doesn't really make sense, right? So if you're experienced enough and you see markets behavior, so even if the previous weekly candle is actually a bullish candle, the wick on the top is bigger than the body size. So this is something I've been backtesting for years now. And when you look into the body to the wick ratio, you can see that the wick is actually longer than the body, right? So the previous weekly candle sort of rejected 152,400 vicinity. So this was a rejection level. So the previous week actually rejected that. So the current weekly candle, what it can do is it can actually feel the wick on the left-hand side, but more than probably, we want to see price breaking supports and heading down for the correction of the market. So that's our personal opinion, personal take on the markets for the move on the May. That way we have clear targets, and May, June, July could be a very rewarding month, right? So we have Jason here in YouTube saying, I'm here for the class. Hey, Jason, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. We have G in the YouTube today. He seems new, so that's good. And the current weekly candle obviously has 4 more days left for its close. So we're going to see how this weekly candle is going to react. More than likely, we want to see a rejection on the top side. So let's go into the daily time frame again. So going in the daily time frame, see how I was talking about rejection on the weekly. So when you go into the lower time frame, you definitely see how rejection could be valid. So why did I say this was a rejection on the 142,400 level? You can see definitely this daily candle was a bullish candle, but the next daily candle, the Friday candle, rejected the top side, broke the low, and closed like a healthy bearish candle. So this right here, let me point it down for you guys. So this is the rejection on the weekly time frame that you can see. So there is more probability that the price could actually feel the wick, feel the clear traffic on the left-hand side and further head down to this range, right? So we're going to see how this weekly, daily candles are going to react. So obviously I'm not expecting any sort of volume in GJ because it's pound holiday, as I'll show you guys. So the guys in the YouTube, I'll show you guys already that the pound is in a holiday, yen is in a holiday. So I'm not sure how much of a volume we're going to see. But anyways, we're just going to show up to the charts. Maybe if everything goes right, gold may give us some sort of move, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at any sort of breaking news too before I, again, dive into my chart. So there was a US news about consumer sentiment index. Okay. And I don't see any red folder news except for on the 30th April, the last day of the April. China's economic sentiment down more than expected in April. Okay, that's something. I don't see anything here. So what I'm going to do is I will actually close the news tab. I don't need it anymore. So I will head to my instruments one more time. And I'm also going to close this. Actually, you know what? We have Euro news. So sometimes what I've back tested and noted down is in London session, if there's any sort of Euro news, right? Any sort of Euro news, there could be a push. But I'm not expecting any push in pound yen because I know Pound is in a holiday, yen is in a holiday, so not sure how it's going to react, right? Just give me a second. And activate mics. Okay, I'm going to activate the mics soon, buddy. So just give me a second. And all right, so it looks like the daily candle right now is sort of grabbing its liquidity on the top. So this right here, the orange level, is a daily level for me. So this is a daily level. Obviously, you can see that this was a daily resistance and how the Friday's candle closed below it. So the current daily candle may be grabbing its liquidity on the top before it heads down. So I'm just going to wait and see if that's going to happen, maybe around the time of New York. Because the next session where we're going to see the volume is around New York session. So if the London is not going to induce any sort of volume in the pound yen instrument, maybe the next volume time is going to be pre-New York or New York session. So I'm just going to wait for that. And if the price is actually grabbing its liquidity on the top before it heads down, perfect. So let's go into the 4-hour in pound yen. So the current 4-hour has 3 more hours left for it to close, and the 4-hour are healthy bullish candle. So the current 4-hour has grabbed its liquidity on the top, on the bottom side, and we are not sure if this is any sort of resistance. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into the 2-hour as well. So looking into the 2-hour, so the previous 2-hour candle sort of closed a dodgy candle, and the current 2-hour is going to close in the next 18 minutes and is sort of closing like a bearish candle, so which is good. So if it's going to establish some sort of resistance around this vicinity, we may get a push on the downside. So we have to wait for the candles to close below 151 to 20 level for a stronger bias of sell all the way to 158.54. So what I'm going to do is just looking at the 2-hour, 4-hour, 1-hour. I'm just going to put my notation here saying sells, cleaner sells, below 151 to 100 level. So I'm just going to wait for the price to go below 151, 200 level. And that way I could maybe get a sell with this cleaner traffic. So I'm just going to wait and see. Obviously, I'm not expecting any volume in London today. So this current 1-hour is also going to close in the next 17 minutes. So we will see how this is going to close. Actually, the current 2-hour is going to close in the next 1 hour and 17 minutes. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. So this is obviously a rejection point too. One of the rejection points right here. So let's see, 30-minute. Looking at the 30-minute, previous 30-minute did establish some sort of resistance here. So if this current 30-minute as well, if it's going to flip bearish, that's a very good chance that the price can continue even further down. So we just have to wait and see. And obviously there is a support here, so no buys, no sells here. Right? There's no chance I'll be in any sort of trade here because I know there's going to be no volume. So it's not a good idea to trade when I know there's going to be no volume. I need some sort of catalyst to be on my side before I place any trade, right? So the current 15-minute candle is bullish. The previous 15-minute candle was sort of like a bearish candle, and it actually hit down. It rejected this level, so we are not sure how the price is going to react. So let's go into the 5-minute. Yep, we are not sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for, I'm going to wait for sales below 151 200 level. And for any sort of buys, what I'm going to do is I am actually not fascinated by the buys today. Looking at the rejection, if you look at the wicks tell you everything. The wicks, one man show, activate the mics, maybe next time, make it friendly. Okay. Just give me a second. And okay, so looking at the rejection, this is not something you would like to be in. So you would obviously want to be in trade above this rejection. So maybe from here, but again, this is like a 4-hour level where the price closed below. So I am not fascinated by any sort of buys, to be honest. I am not fascinated by any sort of buy. So this is an important key for our level 2. So I'm just going to wait for the price to set up a selling structure, because the structure, today's structure definitely suggests a bullish structure, right? But I would ideally want to see a selling structure, because my long-term bias for pound yen is going to be sell. So let's look into the gold and let's see if we can actually see any sort of opportunities in gold. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase all of this channel that I drew. And let's just erase the channels. Let's just erase the channels. And doing this. Okay. Current daily candle. All right, so it seems as if gold is in a range with a lot of rejection, a lot of wicks. So ideally, it's not a good idea to be around the wicks, right? Around this sort of rejection. There's like a lot of consolidation, a lot of fake out. So the wicks tell me that, you know what, it's fake out and it's not proper to be around that area. So ideally, in a daily time frame, I would want to see a candle. Obviously, the structure here, just give me a second. I'm going to draw it for you guys. Obviously, the structure here tells me that, you know what, there could be a sell coming in. There could be a sell coming in, but we have to wait and see if any daily candle could close below this support. So if this is a support area in gold daily time frame, we have to see if any daily candle could close below, and for the few wicks on the left hand side, and for the move down with the cleaner traffic on the left hand side. So this could be a potential support right here. This could be a potential support area. So we have to wait and see if we could get any sort of long-term gold sells, because I've seen gold moving like, man, I've seen gold moving like crazy pips in a single day. So maybe the market is just setting up for the month of May, right? So if we could get any sort of long-term position, man, that would be beautiful. When I say long-term position, well, I mean to say a position that's moving in the long-term direction. So that'll be beautiful, because the obvious market structure tells me that, you know what, in looking at this section, so the guys in the YouTube, looking at this section of the gold, this tells me that, you know what, price is going down, making a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I mean, this could be a distortion right here, but again, it corrected it. And again, so the structure definitely tells me that it's heading down, right? So in an overall time frame, if it's going to head down in gold too, that'll be perfect. So we're going to see how the gold's going to react. For any sort of buys, man, we have to wait in gold, because the daily time frame in gold is not looking pretty at all. Is actually not looking pretty at all. So what we're going to do is we are going to erase everything in gold and start a fresh analysis for the month of May, for the first week of the May. So let's see. I'm actually not expecting any sort of volume today in any sort of pair. I'm just gonna wait here, help YouTube guys answer their questions, have some fun, hopefully do some back testing, and that'll be perfect, right? So all right, so what we're gonna do is looking at the gold right now. So the current gold daily time frame candle, it's obviously bullish. So you're sort of respecting that daily support, and it has a lot of rejection or liquidity grab on the bottom side. It's almost as if the price is actually ranging, right? So we know that when the price is actually ranging, it's collecting orders. So our analogy behind market setting up for the rest of the month of May could be correct. So the market may be collecting orders for the further push of May. So we're just going to wait and see. So that's going to be the daily support, and this definitely could be a daily resistance right here. This could be a daily resistance. And the range from the support to the resistance is about 92 pips. 92 pips of range, which is good. We're just gonna wait and see. All right, so the weekly candle, previous weekly candle was a bearish weekly candle, establishing some sort of resistance here. So what we want to see is in the current weekly candle in the gold, ideally we want to see a deeper wick on the upper side. So we want to see something like this, right? So just give me a second. We want to see a wick, ideally something like this, a deeper wick, and then further continuation down. Oh, sorry. Deeper wick like this, and then further price continuation down, feeling the wick on the left-hand side, right? So we want to see something like this. Ideally, this could be our ultimate target in gold, but we're going to wait and see what happens, all right? So just give me a second, and going into the 4-hour. All right, so going to the 4-hour, obviously we can see that 4-hour is in some sort of range here. There's some sort of range, price is in. Obviously the current 4-hour has made its lower wick and is heading up. So it's in a range. It's in the bottom bit of the range. This could be a potential support on 4-hour, the previous 4-hour candle. And if the price is going to move up, price is going to move up in this range of 50 to 70 pips of range. That's actually a good idea. Let's see if we could trade, if we could take any sort of trade. So obviously price is in a range. There's no cleaner traffic. Cleaner traffic could be just here, but we can't really avoid this side-by-side target, right? We have to look at further left too. And looking at the further left, man, the rejection is too ugly. Honestly, the rejection is too ugly. Man, oh man. It's like too ugly rejection. So we just got to wait and see if we could get any candle closing in our direction, right? So the previous 2-hour also closed above this range. So if this was a range right here, just give me a second. So if this was a range in gold, and the price is actually leaving that range, the previous 2-hour did close above that range, and we do have a little bit of clear traffic here. The recent clear traffic, rejections all around, but clear traffic here. So basing on the recent clear traffic and what the price is doing right now, the current 4-hour, 2-hour, it's grabbing its liquidity on the bottom side. So if it's going to flip a bullish and start moving up, there could be a potential buy there. There could be a potential buy. So the wick on the current candle could tell us that, you know what? The candle is leaving this range. The candle is leaving that consolidation. The wick on the downside is going to tell us that, you know what? I don't want to be in this range. I want to close and get away from this range. That's something that price could tell us. So the current 2-hour has 1 more hour left for its close. So let's see if this candle could actually move in our direction. So let's go into the 1-hour. Okay, so it's coming back in the range. There's no trade here. This right here is like a no trade level for me. So the previous 1 hour has closed above this recent resistance. That's a good idea. And if this is only price retesting on the bottom side or grabbing liquidity before moving up, then perfect. I just have to wait and see. So today's focus is going to be primarily on gold. we're gonna see if we can get any sort of buys on gold. So we just gotta wait and see. And we got Jamil in the house. How's it going, Jamil? Hope you're doing well. So the price structure definitely tells me it's a bullish structure. In an overall time frame, I would want to see gold sales, but yeah, we're just waiting. Just waiting and waiting. Jason here says, so nothing yet. Patience is key. That's correct, Jason. Patience is key. It's almost as if there today there could be they're logging in on Discord. Okay. So Jason here says patience is key, and I'm getting message pop out here. So I was actually distracted. Just a second. Definitely, Jason. Today is like one of those days where maybe you would not get any sort of volume, right? So, so one of those days where you would see no volumes. If there's going to be no volume, it's pretty obvious. So we have to wait and see if there's going to be anything in the market, but we are not rushing. We are definitely not rushing. Just give me a second here. And I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I am back one more time. So let's see if we can actually play some sort of music here. And that would be beautiful if we could play some sort of music. Some sort of music. Some sort of music. Some sort of music. Some sort of music.
Hey, hi Luke.
Hey, Jamil, how are you?
Fine. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's quiet today because I don't know. I thought you, well, we thought maybe you were off today.
Oh yeah, I was actually trying to take it off, so I was like, you know what? Maybe there could be something cooking in gold. So
Yeah, you gave us all a fake out. That's why no one's there.
yep.
Uh, no, but it's okay. Yeah. So gold, yeah.
Yep. You been well?
Yeah.
Do you
Taking it
think the
easy.
music is too loud for you guys, or is it okay?
Um, there is no music.
Oh, okay. Just give me a second then. Is this better? Can you hear the music?
Now it's there, a bit loud.
Okay, just give me a second. I will try and fix it up for you guys there. Is it better now?
Like it.
Better?
Turn it down just by 10% maybe.
10%. Just give me a second.
Uh, if you have it a bit more.
Better?
Yeah, because okay.
That's good.
So that it doesn't drown your voice. Okay, that's good.
100%. So, just waiting for buys above 17749. Actually, no. I'm gonna wait for at least 1775 flat level to be broken. So we will see. We will see what we can do. Is it gonna be a nice payday? I mean, I'm not expecting any big volume today, but obviously it's the first day of the month. It's a nice nice idea to show up in front of the charts, and be prepared for what may potentially be happening. So we will wait and see what happens. So market is definitely setting up for the month of May, so no rushing for any sort of trade. So no rushing into any sort of trade. We're gonna wait for the price to break above 1775 flat before any sort of buys. Obviously buys do look good, so we're gonna wait and see. We are waiting in gold. So Jason, if you have any sort of question in the YouTube, man, just ask, because this is like your golden opportunity, right? And you are there alone. If you ask me questions, I can address it to you. So man, oh man, send me charts, send me ideas, and I'll give you feedbacks 100% for all the education purposes. 100%. So Jason says, how long am I staying tonight? Maybe just for the next 1 hour, and I'll be going off after 1 hour. I'm not going to stay because I know there's not going to be any volume, right? So I'm just going to stay here for the next 1 hour, and I will be gone. I will be doing some of my paperwork and taking a break. I mean, it's a beautiful Monday out here, so we will see what we can do. Oh, it's Sunday night in Los Angeles. Okay, I remember you lived in Los Angeles. Los Angeles, LA. Must be really beautiful out there in LA. Is it cold right now in LA? What's the weather there? Warming up May already. That's good. Yep, May is gonna be a beautiful month, Jason. So, 100%. You know, because April, May, June, July is sort of like the meat of the market. So, hopefully, we get a big bite of it. So, just gonna wait and see. Waiting and see what happens. Waiting. Waiting, 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 waiting. Waiting, waiting. Waiting, 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 waiting. We are gonna wait. We are gonna wait. How do I come up with those trend lines? So this actually is not a trend line. This is sort of like a channel that I back tested, and gold and pound yen sometimes sort of moves in this channel, right? So this way I can just the channel is sort of like is like a pipe through where the price moves, right? Sometimes we do see this sort of distortion. So this, in my simple language, this right here, this excessive movement is like nothing. This is invalid. You know, when price starts coming back in this channel, perfect. So it does act according to the channel. So I'm just waiting and seeing. I'm not taking any sort of trade basing myself according to this right now, because there's no volume, see? So just gonna wait and see if this price is actually gonna play around this channel. So ideally what I want to see is this 5 minute to tap this channel one more time and then sort of reject it. And maybe if we break this channel upward, so we can get buys about 1775. So we're just gonna wait and see. So we are gonna wait and see. So these trend line sort of things are a channel. I just draw a channel from a wick on the bottom side to another retracement. So this is just a retracement, right? So if the price is moving up, because that's what is in my head, I'm thinking about, you know what, price can head up. So if it's heading up, it's going to impulse up, it's going to retrace down, it's going to impulse up, retrace down, impulse up, retrace down. So we basically see higher lows, higher highs, right? High lows, higher highs. So that's what I'm anticipating. If there's going to be any sort of buys, I first have to see the price at least behaving in this channel. So at least behave in this channel, behave, and then I will see a break if there's any volume. So that's all I'm waiting for. So let's just see what happens. I mean, the current 1 hour is definitely rejecting the bottom bit now. We can definitely see two retests, right? So when you look at this, and when you look at this, we can definitely see rejection, right? So it's rejecting this vicinity. It doesn't want to be there. It doesn't like these guys. So it's saying, you know what? I don't like you guys. I'm leaving you guys. And it's leaving this wick. So if it's behaving in the channel and it's rejecting that side, we have to see price breaking this level, 1775, 430, and further move up. So we're gonna wait and see what happens. Obviously, there is no, there isn't regular volume in the pair. We're seeing a lot of wicks here and there. So wicks are something we want to stay away from. So it definitely tells us a story about the market, but this is something we want to stay away from. So we will see what we can do about it. And we have Ricardo in the house. Good morning, Ricardo. How are you? So hopefully we can get buys in gold. I mean, this wick on the downside is telling us something that is actually leaving the area. So we have to be careful because it's one of those days where there's less volume. So price can, what it can also do is, we know the price can actually consolidate too, right? So we don't want that. So we are not in a trade yet. We're just waiting. Just waiting. Just waiting. The current 4-hour is bullish now and have grabbed its liquidity on the downside. 4-hour is looking good. 2-hour is looking good for feeling wick on the left-hand side. So let's just wait and see what happens. Definitely buys are looking prettier in gold. Buys are looking prettier in gold. Oh, I think we may get a continuation on the upside to the previous 15-minute candle close, sort of like a doji candle with a very long wick on the downside. This is a really funny situation. Trust me, the candle may seem it's moving up in 30-minute, but the 15-minute is kind of ugly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this 1775 430 level to break, and then I'm going to anticipate price to further move up, and I'm going to wait for a retest or something, and then take a position then. Until then, the price is actually behaving in the channel, so that's good. That's good. That's good. Wow, look at gold. It's just moving up. This looks so pretty for the 5-minute. Looks so pretty for buys. It's moving in channel. You know, we just need something like this in the 5-minute. We just need the price to sort of go like this, make a support here, and then for the continue up. So we have to wait. Have to wait. The current 1-hour is looking so good with its liquidity grab on the downside. The 15-minute looks ugly because there's no wick on the top. The previous 15-minute candle closed doji. So we are very close to this 1775 vicinity, near this previous 15-minute resistance. So if this liquidity grab, if this liquidity grab on the 15 or 30-minute is going somewhere, it has to go on the upside, right? It has to be fulfilled on the upside if that was a liquidity grab on the downside. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we can get buys. It's Monday. So let's see what happens. Obviously, the Tokyo market today, even if the Tokyo market was closed, gold has moved a lot. It's actually moved a lot. Gold has moved a lot. It actually has moved a lot. Man, oh man. Gold has moved a lot throughout the Tokyo market. Is it going to continue up? So the question we're going to ask the current 30 and 1-hour candle is it going to close above this recent 30-minute support? Because it has 11 more minutes left for its close. If this current 30-minute candle is going to close above the recent 30-minute resistance, there's a higher chance we may get a continuation on the upper side. So we have to wait for another 11 minutes to tell us that, you know what, price can move up. The current 15-minute candle is still bullish, has rejected the top side. It seems as if it's rejecting, but we have to see, because obviously there is a 15-minute resistance here. So we have to wait and see. The 5 minutes going to close in the next 48 seconds. $36. just have to wait. Ten more seconds. So the current 5-minute has made its lower wick, a small wick. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I mean, the price has been bullishing up from Tokyo session. That's fascinating for me. So when I look at this, the price has been moving up, bullish, just bullish, bullish, bullish on hourly throughout the Tokyo market. That's very interesting. So the price is actually moving up, broke the resistance. So the buys are getting more chances. The buys are looking good. Let's just wait if we could get a decent stop loss. Let's see. Let's see. The current 15-minute candle has broken that level too, 1775. It's actually looking good. 8 more minutes left for this 15-minute candle to close. It's actually feeling the wick on the left-hand side is moving up. Let's just wait. Wait for 8 more minutes. It may look really enticing. The volume may push it up, but man, it is what it is. It's Monday, start of the new month. You know, there's no rush. There's no rush in being in any sort of trade. If this resistance has been broken, we need to see some sort of retest. Because it's Monday, start of the new month. We don't want to be a wick on the top side. We want to be the healthy candle. So we need some sort of retest. Some sort of retest. Waiting. Just waiting, waiting. Seven more minutes. Everything looks beautiful about this buy, but we are just waiting. Just waiting. The 2 hour is looking good. It has broken the previous 2 hours top wick too, and the 4 hour is obviously bullish too. So this is just beautiful, and it's very close to the recent support. The previous 4 hour has left that support with a bullish candle. The current 4 hour is also leaving it. So everything looks good. Everything looks good. So personally, I'm just waiting. I know that gold can actually sometimes push a lot with impulse, but I'm just waiting. Just waiting. Just waiting. Just waiting. Wow. Look at this. The level was broken. It's actually heading up. Ooh. Just beautiful. So the current 5 minute is going to close in the next 1 minute. So we have to wait. Have to wait for the next 1 minute. Everything about this trade is looking beautiful. Just have to wait. I'm being more patient about waiting here. The trade is moving in our direction. Beautiful. Wow. Woohoo! Look at that. It's just moving up. So buying on the top of the range is not a good idea. So I'm just going to wait. It's going to close in the next 4 minutes. If it's going to continue throughout the clean range, it is what it is because it's obviously new month. I would want to see some sort of confirmation before I take any sort of trade. Man, this is just beautiful. It's just pushing in our ways. You know, so an amateur trader, what he or she can do is he can actually take a position here, right? With no proper stop loss. The 20 pip is a too big of a stop loss for my trading plan. So I'm just going to wait. I saw the level, I saw the direction, everything, but man, it is what it is. Sometimes you just can't catch the trade. You have to stay away from the trade. So it's okay. So the 30 minutes is going to close in the next 4 minutes. I'm just going to wait and see. I know that the price can very well continue throughout all the way to 1780, 190. I know it, but it is what it is for me. Wow. Look at the trade, man. Gold is ravaging up. Man, oh man. This is beautiful. 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 Wow. No retest. This is gold, you know. So this is gold. No retest, no nothing in the lower time frame. The price is just bullishing up. So as we said, look at this. So the rejection on the downside, so the liquidity grab had to go somewhere. Had to go somewhere. And it did go somewhere. Look at that. It's a beautiful candle. Beautiful. Beauty and a beast. So 30 minutes is going to close in the next 2 minutes. Definitely, we do have a clean range on the left-hand side. So have to wait. Have to wait. It stopped at a daily resistance. Let's see. Daily resistance. That could be a potential daily rejection point, as you pointed out, Ricardo. But we do have a cleaner traffic on the left-hand side. So the buyers are going to look into more of this cleaner traffic. Yeah, man, that was a beautiful trade. All of the levels were identified. We just couldn't catch it because no retest. Because that's the way how gold moves. What's 50% of the daily 50% of daily fib? Okay. We will see how this is gonna move. So the current 30-minute candle is retracing down, which is good. If it could actually ideally retrace all the way down to 1775 level, man, that'll be good. That will be good for further continuation up. So we gotta wait and see. Let's see what happens. So the 30-minute has closed above 1775 level, which is good. Which is very good, actually. So the current 1 hour is rejecting the top side and is heading down. It has 29 more minutes left for its close. Let's see. Let's just wait and see. $95. Just waiting. So the current 15-minute candle has made its lower wick around 1776.590 level. I mean, that's also a psychological level. So let's see how the price is gonna act here. Let's see. Is the price gonna continue up? Because I am waiting for a deeper retest. A deeper retest. Wow, it's gonna head up. It's actually gonna head even higher. Look at that. Wow. Just missed it, man. That was beautiful. Beautiful. It's gonna hit this 1780 level. Man.
Sorry, Anuj.
Hi, Jamil.
Sorry,
How are you?
I should have prompted you to enter because
No, it's okay. Yep.
Last night,
Yep.
we were in a webinar, me and few colleagues in the group, and obviously we're looking at gold longs. I did have an entry for it, and I entered at
Man, look at this. Just look at this. Beautiful. Levels were called out. Everything was called out. Man, oh man, this is just beautiful to watch now.
To see if maybe you could catch a retest. The ultimate target we had was at 1795. So
yep.
If you see a retest, maybe you can catch some pips for educational purposes.
No, I'm just gonna stay away from this now. So any trade would have been here, and any trade would have been here. So I'm actually just gonna chill out now. So that was it.
Okay.
That was it.
Paper trade mentally.
Yep. So this right here, this was one of the trading candles, and this right here, this was the trading candle. So anyways, it is what it is, you know. Everything was called out, so it is what it is. No worries, we still have a lot of maze days to come in. So
yeah, your voice is vibrating, by the way. Your voice is vibrating.
Okay. That's funny. Just give me a second. And is it okay now?
No, still.
How about now?
Go ahead, talk.
Better? Is the sound better now or high vibration?
It's less. It's less vibration.
Okay, that's good. How about now? Better?
Still less.
Okay.
Better than before, but it's
Okay.
less.
I need to fix this. Anyways. All right, so Jason from YouTube says he made some money on that. Perfect, Jason. If you made some money, man, perfect. So is it still vibrating?
Yes, sir.
Oh no. I need to get it checked now. I need to get it checked. Is it the music?
Who knows? Maybe you're getting into your helicopter. we don't know what kind of trader we have here. Big time trader.
Okay. Hello. Hey. Hello. Oh my gosh. Is this sound better, Jamil? This is my...
Yes.
Okay, so maybe I'll use this sound. Maybe. Okay,
Yeah.
check 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Clear.
Okay,
Crystal
check 1,
clear.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll use this mic better. I got like 3 mics here. So,
Okay.
this is better. Yeah, Jason, for YouTube, I got a special mic. For Zoom, I got another mic, so that's why Jason. So Jason on YouTube says, you sound good. For YouTube, I have a special sound. Yeah. So the hourly has 22 more minutes left for its close. Man, this was a beautiful gold trade, to be honest. Beautiful gold trade, because obviously it's a Monday, you know, and it's a new it's the first day of the week, or the first of the month. So I'm like, my psychology is very relaxed. It's like relax into 1,000, you know. So I'm 100% relaxed. I don't feel FOMO. I don't feel FOMO at all. So everything was called out, you know. The levels were called out. So 17, 75, 430 was called out. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful how we can actually see the direction of the market. It's beautiful. It's actually beautiful. So when we were studying the market price action, as we said, this. Sorry, just give me a second. So this right here was something telling us that, you know what? And this doesn't only work in commodities like gold, but this is something that works across any price, any sort of financial instruments. Even I've seen this happening even in stocks. So I know some of the stock traders here around my place, and they use the same analogy. They use the same strategy. So if you look at this range was a dirty range, dirty range, right? So obviously this candle broke above and did its humble retest. So the 2 wicks here, these wicks gave it all away. So if you saw that, and if you're like, you know what, I know what these wicks are telling me. These wicks are telling me that they don't like these consolidation guys, and they want to stay away from these guys. Too bad guys here. So these wicks wanted to stay away, so they rejected this, started heading up, broke a key level, saw cleaner traffic on the left hand side, and rushed through the cleaner traffic. Even if there was pound holiday, yen holiday, look at the rush. This is just beautiful. Everything was read properly. So opportunities like this are gonna come throughout the May. So I'm in no worry. I'm just waiting and see how I can capitalize in the safest, in the best way possible. So obviously, to journal possible trades would have been once this 5 minute closed above with a wick on the top, and the next 5 minute started breaking the high. That would have been one of the ways with pending. So a pending placed above that would have been a beautiful trade here. Look at how the volume showed up out of nowhere. So this right here, any buys above 1776 300 with pending would have been beautiful. 30 pips straight in profit. Or another spot to take a buy would have been here. Once this 5 minute closed and this 5 minute. So this 5 minute close right here. Let me point it out for you guys. So this 5 minute close here was the close of the 15 and the 32. So we wanted some sort of deeper retest. But when you look at this wick tells us that, you know what? This wick was enough. Because clearly there was momentum. There was a volume in today's gold price. Look at the volume. Look at the volume. Not even a single retest. Man, it's so beautiful. And I am glad I called this trade out. So it's fine. I didn't take it because I didn't see any sort of retest. But this is just beautiful. So Ricardo here says, I am sound. Now the mic sounds better. Perfect. Thank you guys for letting me know. I needed to fix this. Maybe I'll use this mic for the Zoom. It's a lot more better. So perfect. So the possible trades would have been one here, another here. So with pending. So this could have been a pending buy around there and another pending buy here. So it is what it is. You know, sometimes you call out trade. It's amazing how I didn't rush into any trade. I stayed calm, and I knew that this is something that's going to happen throughout the May, or I'm not going to miss opportunities like this in the coming days. So it's just as fine. And it's the start of the month, so there's no rush. I think it was too risky today in the 5-minute chart. Ricardo, you were correct, 100% correct. The 5-minute chart was risky. Actually, it was risky. Because we wanted to see a retest. A retest would have been perfect, but it is what it is. 5-minute is risky.
I just read what Ricardo wrote. He's right.
It only made retest in the 1 minute. I did not take it either. I didn't too. But we called out the trade, Ricardo. See, that's beautiful. Calling out a trade, knowing the direction, knowing what the price action did is beautiful in itself, you know? So we don't need to rush in any sort of trade because we are not exactly gambling. We need to see price printing in our way, then that's how we take the position. If market does what it does, it is what it is. So beautiful. Jamil caught it. That's correct. Jason in the YouTube says, you don't lose too. You're not playing, you don't lose. 100% correct. So the target on the left-hand side, the 1780 target can be achieved. It can be achieved. That is something achievable here. So if you look at this, so price action dictates that, you know what? This mirroring, this price falling down with the ease could be mirrored. So if this portion is going to be mirrored, 100%, it could be mirrored. There's no objection on it. Price going down with ease, price coming up with ease. So it is what it is. This was something to be noted. This rejection. Beautiful, beautiful gold trade. So I'm going to be here for the next 26 minutes. after that, I'm going to call it a day because that was a trade for gold. And I'm not looking into pound yen because I know obviously there's no volume and it's going to be rangy. And look at this. Whoever took a sell here is fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever took a sell here is definitely clapped by the market right now. Look at this. What is this price action, dude? Look at this. It made a support. It went up, made a support here, and broke the support. Oh, and made a support again, and it broke down. Okay, so is it telling us it's going to go down? No, it's clapping you. Bang. And so, anybody...
But would those guys, sorry to interrupt, would those guys in the other group take a short, you see those two red candles?
Yep.
Yeah, would they take a short of the break from the break of the second one there? Is that about 10 pips or not?
This one?
Yeah, you see when it breaks the low of the previous one, yeah?
No, this is not good at all. Because look at the rejection here. Look at the rejection here. I would never take a sell here. Honestly, amateur traders, they can take a sell. Looking at, you know what? Oh, man, it's actually a big, healthy, bearish candle. Let me take a sell.
They won't take a short from the break here. They wouldn't do that, would they?
I can't talk for them, but usually amateur traders, I've seen amateur traders doing this a lot of times. Taking sells, looking at the body of the candle. It's too enticing. It's enticing. And that is bad, man. Honestly, I know even some of the guys who are not patient, who don't have a proper trading plan for the start of the month, they would take a sell and they would be clapped. I know.
Okay. No. That's good.
Yep, so the gold was the trade today. Gold was an amazing trade. So for any sort of buys for our coming volume, you have to wait for price to sort of do this. So because we know how price moves, price action dictates that, you know what? Everything is pointing that the price can move up. Every single thing. The structure is bullish. Sorry. Just give me a second. So the structure is bullish. There is a rejection being done already. There has been a rejection. It has broken a key resistance. There's clear traffic on the left-hand side. And if it's going to move up, we know that it has to move up, make a higher low, has to make a higher low, and then further continue up, breaking that resistance, right? So we have to wait for this. An ideal setup would be where you will wait for the price to make some sort of support first before moving up. So the support could be forming in 5 minutes, could be forming in 15. So I have to wait. But this was a beautiful trade. Honestly, a beautiful trade. Buys above 1775, 430. Was a beautiful trade. Current 4 hours looking so beautiful. It has a lower wick, a healthy lower wick, and it's heading up. Let's look at the current 2 hour. Current 2 hour has 11 more minutes left for its close. So usually what we know is around the close of the candle, we either see a lot of push or we either see a healthy retracement. When I say healthy retracement, now people are going to question me. They're going to think I'm crazy. But when I say that, it makes sense to me, as in candle has a proper lower wick on the downside. Now, usually around the close, price either retraces back, leaving a wick on the top for the next candle to fill, or it actually rejects that price level, right? So if it's going to leave a healthy wick on the top for the next candle to fill, we can get further buys. But I'm just going to wait here for the next 20 to 30 minutes, right? So that's the max time I'm going to attend charts today in London today. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna wait for this 10-minute close first. So if it does what we just said it would do, perfect. We may capitalize on it. Otherwise, man, the trade was here. 1775 430. That was the trade. That 100% was the trade. And guys in the Zoom, we actually need to boost the YouTube algorithms, guys. Come on, bring your friends. It's like only 79 followers or something. 79 subscribers. Jamil, I need your help. I need your help to boost the YouTube algorithms.
I'm concretely setting it up. So getting a rhythm. I'm gonna basically have a chat with some people. I'm gonna say like, listen, just passively, you can come on the stream, and 10 pips a day may not seem like a lot, but some of you could have a go at, that could be like 5 to 10 pounds a day. That's like a Uber Eats meal for like 4 people, like per week. Like I talk to them and connect the pips and convert it to what it could be. So believe me, I'm gonna get all of them personally. I'm just gonna talk to them and say, hey guys, just join the stream and bring along other people as well. Like it's free money. It's free money. I can't stipulate that enough. They'll
100%. 100%.
They will come. They will come. They will come. But just like the gym,
oh man.
Just like the gym, you have to take it slowly. You have to build up to it. So I'm going, after this week, I will have 4 or 5 days, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna be like, hey man, you missed. Missed the news, man. How could you?
Yeah, that was the trade for today. That was the trade. Look at it. This is just beautiful. Just beautiful. So now in 1 minute, what we can see is definitely if the price is going to achieve that 1780 level in 1 minute, what you can see is, look at this. Price moved up, right? Price moved up. Price moved up. Sorry, price moved up. Now the price is in a square here. Moved up. Price is in a rectangle box one more time. The sideways box. So what the price is doing is it's actually collecting orders. So if it's actually collecting orders to further move up, this is perfect. This could be perfect. So just have to wait and see. Wait and see. Wait and see. That was a beautiful trade, man. Gold. So gold is actually moving with structures, so which is good, because in May we're gonna get a lot of opportunities in May. Honestly, a lot of opportunities. So the question we're going to ask this current 1 hour and the 2 hour is, it has 5 more minutes left for its close. So is this candle, is it going to push all the way up and achieve this target? Or is it going to retrace back and leave a healthy wick on the top for the next candle to fill? Is that something that's going to happen? We have to wait and see. Man, oh man, it's actually going to hit that target, 1780. So it's actually coming really close to the close. It has 2 more minutes left for its close, and it's actually pushing really hard. So are we going to achieve that target? 1780. It's very close to this first target, 1780, 160 level. 1780 is 1780 in the books today. 1780 in the books today. 1780. 1780, 130. Let's see, 1780, 130. Is it going to hit that 1780, 130 level? Is it going to hit that 1780, 130 level? Let's see, 1780, 130. Do we have 1780, 130 in the book? Come on, 1780, 130. Come on. Gold, 1780, 130. Do we have that in the book today? It's actually leaving that area, so we can. 1780, 130. Come on, 1780, 130. 1780, 130. Come on, come on, come on. 1780, 130. Come on, gold. Are we going to get a 1780, 130? And 1780, 100. 1780, 124. Very close. Really, really close. Come on, let's go. 1781. Oh, and 1780, 130 hit. Perfect. We got it. We got it. Look at this. Now the next target is 1780, 800. 1780, 800. Come on, let's go. Gold. 1780, 800. 1780, 800. 1780, 800. Come on. Come on, gold. Mr. Gold, come on. 1780, 800. Man, oh man. 1780, 800. Gold was the trade today. It just bullished up. Just bullished really hard up. It just went up 44 pips. What? What? Man. This is beautiful. So the hourly 2-hour candle has closed above 1775. So there is no question that it can hit 1780, 850 vicinity. So that's pretty good. So this gray area here is sort of like a resistance area. So if the momentum, if the volume is going to still carry on, it's going to push through. It is going to push through that level. So the trade was called. Everything was there. We determined that the direction of the market was up. We determined that, you know what, buys could be possible above 1775 430 level. Just couldn't execute because we didn't see any sort of retest. So no retest, and possibly a buy could have been possible with a pending from here. So that was amazing. We had 2 chances of entry, one here, another around here. Actually 3 chances, another around here, 4. 3 chances. But anyways, gold did what it had to do. It moved up perfectly. So it hit 1780 330. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's look at pound yen. What is pound yen doing? Pound yen is just being too savage for the people here. Oh man, this previous 1-hour candle seems very ugly. It has broken the high, it has broken the low, and it's sort of like a doji body, but not sure what we call this. You know, this is not good at all. Pound yen isn't looking good. So all of the volume from pound yen possibly was induced into the gold USD today. All of the volume. Man, May started with such a blast. Look at the volume. Man, oh man, this is like, wow. Wow. Almost 50 pips. Almost 50 pips. Look at the volume candle. So when you have volume, it's just beautiful, right? So you always want to be on this side of the volume. Look at this. Look at this, dude. Man, oh man. So if it's going to further continue up, as we've said, it has to make some sort of support. And after making support, it has to continue up. So let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. So the previous 15 minutes is healthy, has a proper wick on the downside, proper wick on the top side. So the current candle is continuing up. It can hit that. It can't hit that 1780 800 level. Definitely, no doubt on it. So that was a beautiful trade. So on 1 minute, as we said, price did move up, moved sideways, moved up. If it's gonna move in sideways again, man, we can achieve that 1780 level, 100%, 100%. For 55 minutes, it's just bullished up. 55 minutes, it just bullished up. Just bang, bang, bang. Just hitting targets. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at the price action. Look at the price action. Look at this. Look at this, especially this one right here, the red. Clear fall. The clear upside. Clear fall and clear upside. Just makes sense, right? That makes sense. Beautiful. Beautiful trade. Let's look at pound yen and see what it's doing. Yeah, price is just okay. So the previous 30-minute has made some sort of support with wick to fuel. The current 30-minute candle has made its lower wick, and man, there's no cleaner traffic here, so I wouldn't take buys. I wouldn't take buys. I would take nothing in pound yen here. Pound yen looks ugly. Ugly, ugly pound yen. Ugly, ugly pound yen. Looks like this Ethereum has pumped up too. That's good. That's goody good. Wow. Look at Euro New Zealand. Man, oh man. So the current 4 hour in the gold is halfway through, and the previous 2 hour obviously closed above all of this noise and is here near the clear traffic, and is also close to the rejection point right here. So this was the point where it rejected and went all the way down, right? So there is a chance it could actually do a similar fashion rejection, but we have to wait and see what happens with this current 1 hour. The current 1 hour is still bullish, is very close to our final target. Let's look at the 30-minute. 30-minute is gonna close in the next 20 minutes. It's still bullish. I mean, there's actually nothing now. Nothing much I can see. hopefully around New York. So, because we know this push in London and in Tokyo was a continued push. So if in New York we can get some sort of rejection from the top side, rejection, and then price starts going down, we can get correction, right? So we're going to wait and see if we can get any sort of correction on the downside. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Are we going to get correction of the market around New York? We have to wait and see. There is a U.S. news. So the Powell's going to speak tomorrow early morning. So from my place, in my place, there's going to be like early morning news. So USD has a major news. So is it going to move USD even more? Man, because I do see potential for the gold to pump up. I do see potential. It can pump up. If it's gonna pump up. And it looks like this 1780-800 target is going to be achieved in no time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, man. 1780-800 has been hit. Target achieved. Target achieved. It's just bullishing up. The price is like uncapped. It's just moving up crazy. Just crazy. Look at this. Look at the size of the candles. Look at the size of this candle. Look at the size of this candle. Look at the size of this candle. Man, all of the volume from yen, pound, is it being induced in the dollar, in the gold market? What's happening? What's happening? Is it going to further move up? Further move up? Dude. Wow. The price has smashed through the target. So the current 5-minute has rejected the top bit. Looks like almost as if a rejection on the top side. So are we going to get a top side rejection? Because this is definitely a resistance right here, this vicinity. And if that resistance is going to be respected, we can get a cleaner move on the downside as a correction. Let's see what happens. 1781 400 is a strong resistance. 400. Oh, that's correct. That is a rejection point, as we discussed. There was a rejection from there, right? Twice. So around the same vicinity, we had 2 times similar sort of rejection, and the rejection made the price fall down heavily. So there could be a similar fashion rejection around that area. We just have to wait for the candles to move in our direction for us. We have to see candles closing in our direction. That way we know that, you know what? There is a resistance being established. So we just need some sort of resistance. Ideally in a 31 hour. Let's just wait and see. I mean, for the bullish price movement, that was it. We called out the trade. We saw the structure. Everything was read perfectly. There's no doubt that this volume will come back again. This sort of volume will come back in May. We are definitely going to see these sort of volume in coming days. But the next time it's going to happen, we're going to catch it. Because one of the ways we could have caught this trade efficiently was, one of the ways was here, where the stop loss could have been like 8 pips, 10 pips back in the range. And another was here, on the top of this high. And price would have broken it with volume, obviously. And price just moved up without any deeper retest. So one of the ways to catch it was here. Another way is to catch it here. Another way is to catch it was here. And every time we would have placed a pending above that high and keeping our stop losses below. So pending would have been somewhere around there. And obviously with momentum, price would have just pushed it up. So we're going to wait for similar sort of setup. The structure was definitely a bullish structure. Everything was read perfectly, man. So the pound yen is actually ravaging up. It's actually moving up. Pound yen is moving up. So we are 18 minutes in the London market. 18 minutes in the London market. So this 30 minutes going to close the next 11 minutes. Let's see if there could be some sort of resistance being formed there. And let's see what happens. Pound yen pushed through this dirty range. Look at this. So pound yen did a lot of rejection, upside, downside. It was actually doing some crazy stuffs here. And after it tapped this level, formed a support, this candle did actually make a lower wick, fill the wick on the left hand side, and did break this dirty range. Look at this. It actually broke the dirty range. So this dirty range was broken down, is actually approaching a target here. And this is another dirty range. So keep in mind, this right here is another dirty range. Right? So price is actually moving. Even if it's a bank holiday, price is moving. And there's something funny about it. I don't know. There's something funny about it. There is something funny about the price moving. So let the market set up for May. It's beautiful how the market is setting up. So don't you see a SHS in the 4-hour? What's an SHS? Ricardo, what's an SHS? Okay. So the current gold price is actually correcting that most of that push on the upper side. Let's see how the market is taking that price level. Pound yen is ravaging up, and this move on the gold is being corrected like a crazy mess. So what I can tell is if this hourly candle is going to come back below 1775 430 level, this right here is a big fake out. So if this current 1 hour is going to come back in the range, man, it's actually engulfing the previous 1 hour too, right? So if it's going to come back, then this could be a real liquidity grab on the upper side for the 4 hour to further move down, if it's going to move down, right? So if this hourly candle keeps on going down, keeps on engulfing the previous hourly candle, that would be a crazy liquidity grab for the 4 hour on the top side. So let's just wait and see. So the current 4-hour, because obviously this 4-hour right now, even if it's bullish, it seems as if it's rejecting the top side. As Ricardo previously pointed out that, you know what, this vicinity is a very strong resistance level or rejection level. That's correct. So we are seeing that as a rejection point, and we're actually being careful because we wanted to see price move down in an overall trend, right? Look at this trend. So when we read this structure, look at this structure. As we defined earlier, the price is moving almost as if it's making a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So if this was a tap, a liquidity grab for the 4-hour, it could continue down. So we're just gonna wait and see. Just wait and see if the current 1-hour is actually gonna engulf the previous 1-hour. Let's just wait and see. Otherwise, this 1-hour moving down could be a liquidity grab on the downside before it moves up too. So we're just gonna wait and see for the next 32 minutes, because I obviously know if the price is gonna ravage down to 1775.430 level, it could be a fake out, potential fake out on the top side, attracting buyers, or that could be a manipulation in the market, potentially. So we're gonna wait and see. All right, Ricardo, my friend, has sent me a chart. Let's just have a go at it. So Ricardo, he was talking about shoulders and head. Okay, left shoulder, head, shoulder. I've actually I used to see my friends using this a lot in gold, and it worked out. So if this is something happening and it matches with our price action, Ricardo, that could be something that's happening. So if you look at this, the previous two 30-minute bullish candle, I mean this right here, could be a manipulation. We are not 100% certain, but if this 30 minutes is going to close engulfing the previous 30-minute candle, it's more than likely that the next 30-minute candle could actually continue further down below 1775.430 vicinity. That could be the case. As Ricardo has pointed out here, he's saying that, you know what? There is head and shoulders going on here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is another analogy behind price actions structure. So if this is something happening, perfect, man. This could be perfect. This actually could be perfect. So this is a 4-hour. This is looking into 4-hour. Okay. Let's just wait and see how this. Let's just wait and see how this 30 minutes going to close. That way, we know that, you know what? This price action, the pump on the upper side, was a manipulation, or this could be a potential rejection. And if we are going to correct this move downside, first thing the price is going to do is going to fall into the channel. If it's going to fall into this channel, it can retest the channel one more time, and it can correct this movement. Because as we said earlier, from Tokyo market to London market, it has been bullishing up like crazy, right? So there has to be some sort of correction in the market. So, I mean, if the price, at the end of the day, if it's going to bullish up, it is what it is. But there has to be some sort of correction. So we're going to wait and see what happens. It's very interesting. At this point in time, it's very interesting because the 30-minute candle almost engulfed everything that happened in the previous 30-minute. And it has no proper wick on the downside, which is obviously not good. But this current 30-minute candle moved up first. So if it's grabbing its liquidity on the top before it heads down, perfect. The market could be corrected. So we just have to wait and see. Just have to wait and see. So if you could retest this level before heading down, that'll be perfect. But let's see what happens, because this current 5-minute candle has broken the previous 5-minute candle. It's high, which is already funny. So let's just wait and see what it's gonna do, right? Let's just wait and see. Is it gonna correct the market all the way down, or is it actually already bouncing off the channel? Let's just wait and see. It's very interesting. I love to see price. I love seeing price in its action, right? So it's amazing how we could read the market. We called out the buy trade above 1775. We read the market. So it's amazing how it's actually correcting right now. And let's see how this hourly is going to close. Let's just wait and see how this hourly is going to close. Looking at the pound yen has actually broken this dirty range and is above the 4-hour level too. Let's look at the daily candle here. In the pound yen, daily candle is very close to the daily resistance. So let's see what it's going to do. If it's actually pound yen's also going to reject the top side and it's going to move down, that'll be a good idea for a sell. For pound yen, I'm looking for overall time frame sell. So let's see what happens. We will see what's going to happen. We will definitely see what's going to happen. Wow, it's pushing up now. So on the gold, my friend here, he sees, but in daily, I see a daily correction that could keep pushing up. Yeah, it could keep pushing up as well. So we have to wait and see, because on the daily upper side on gold, it's definitely a lot of range. And usually price wants to avoid ranges, right? Or otherwise, if it's actually collecting orders in gold too, so in the daily time frame, if it's still collecting orders, that's just as fine. Collect the orders, doesn't matter. But ideally what we want to see is for cleaner traffic and cleaner targets and an overall trend. If you just look at this structure, if you look at this structure right here, an overall time frame bias could be sell, right? An overall time frame bias could be sell. So we're gonna wait and see if this price is gonna reject that top bid and is gonna further head down. We will have to wait and see. Wait and see. So this is the first candle in gold in daily time frame. So for me especially, just give me a second. So in gold, so daily. So in gold, this is the first daily candle that's heading up, right? So it's still going back in the range. So this is the first daily candle. So this doesn't tell me that, you know what, it's gonna break this resistance and blah blah blah. And obviously it's the start of the month, so we have to wait and see. I have to be very careful in that sort of sense. So it doesn't tell me right away that it's gonna break key levels. We have to wait and see. Wait and see. Wait and see. $21 more minutes left for its close. 21 more minutes. 15 minutes, has 6 more minutes left for its close. Just waiting. And just waiting. So the gold 15-minute has closed and has made some sort of support on the downside. So the current 1 hour has 14 more minutes left for it to close. So let's see what's going to happen here. Is this 1 hour going to close bearish below this recent 1 hour rejection point, or is it going to close above? That's the question we're going to ask this current 1 hour. And obviously 30 minutes still looks bullish. So the previous 30 minute has closed bearish, which is not a good sign. But we're going to see what happens. We will see what happens. We will see what happens.
Anush,
Hi, Jamil.
so you said you don't like what you're seeing for gold?
For buys?
For gold, you said you don't like what you're seeing.
For what?
Uh, you said something about it created a support.
Oh, yeah, it's a 15-minute. So if the price is actually going to do some sort of correction, right? If it's actually going to do correction, what I would ideally want to see is some sort of resistance which has been established. But if there's going to be if this resistance going to be respected, the candle should not be making some sort of body like this. So the bullish candle puts me off for any sort of rejection. So if this bullish candle is here, you know, ideally I'm not up for sales yet. Obviously, I would also look for sales because my analogy or my thought process behind this sales idea for further coming volume is correction of the market. So maybe I said for the correction of the market, this bullish candle is not looking good at all. This just puts me off. Just puts me off. So the current 30-minute candle is still bullish and there is wick on the top. So this current 30-minute candle could actually reject and start flipping bearish. That'll be good. We can get correction in the market. So we just have to wait and see. Wait and see. So there's 10 more minutes left for this hourly candle to close. If this hourly candle is going to establish some sort of resistance here, that'll be perfect. But we have to wait because maybe I'll show up around the New York, pre-New York and New York and see if this analogy or my thought process behind the correction is setting up. If the structure is going to set up for the market correction, man, that'll be perfect. Because obviously market has been moving up since Tokyo is just bullishing up. It's just bullishing up. It's just bullishing up, which doesn't make sense in a way. Because if gold has to move up, it would take time. As in today's London volume, it's there's nothing. The London market's closed, the Tokyo market's closed. So what is making this price move up? There's no breaking news. There's nothing happening. The major news, so the Powell speaking news sort of a thing is going to happen tomorrow, and I don't know why. Why is this price moving up? Is it collecting orders in a bigger scale? That's why it's moving in a range in higher waves. It just doesn't make sense. That's one of the things that's putting me off. So for New York session, as Ricardo pointed out as well, he saw a head and shoulder pattern in gold. And in gold, it actually sometimes respect that, right? And for my price action, what ideally this price should be doing is, if it's going to correct, if it's going to come back to the channel, it can be corrected. It can be corrected with volume. So just waiting and waiting for the proper market structure. Let's see what happens. Because obviously this rejection is something to keep in mind as well. So this rejection here was a key rejection. And the price is doing a similar sort of rejection here around the same vicinity. So have to be careful. Price dropped heavily in an hourly candle. So have to wait and see what happens. If there's going to be any sort of corrections coming in, because buy trades has gone off already. If you look at the current 1 hour, look at this. Current 1 hour has definitely rejected the top bid, right? So the buys, I mean, for now, there's no buys. Honestly, there's no buys for now. So we'll definitely be looking for sales just to be fluid fluid in the market. If there are sales coming in, perfect. So just have to wait for a proper structure, and one of the confluence is going to come in the next 7 minutes. So if this current 1 hour candle is going to close below this rejection point, it's going to add to my confluence that, you know what, there's a chance we may even correct the market a little bit. And ideally, if the price is going to close below 1775 430 level, it can come down to this range. So just want to wait and see if that's going to happen. Just want to wait and see if this is just a manipulation. Just want to see. We will see in the next 7 minutes. Pound yen just ravaged up, man. It's just going up. Look at this. Funny pound yen. And there's no news, no economical news. It's just funny. So maybe the price is setting up for May, grabbing its orders, grabbing its liquidity in a larger scale. As we saw in daily time frame, it's tapping in and out of this range, right? It's still in a range, daily time frame. So we will see. Definitely we will see. Man, oh man. Look at this. It's tapping back in the range. Back in the channel. It's trying to come back in the channel, which is a good sign. Nice. Four more minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I will head out in the next 10 minutes. So guys, again, in the gold, if we can get a established resistance, maybe we could get a correction in the market. So just have to wait and see. Okay, so for the next 10 minutes, if there's any question, request, we can do it. Wow, it's coming back in the channel. Perfect. It is coming back in the channel. The price is coming back in the channel. Perfect, 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 perfect. It's piercing. It's actually piercing through the channel, which is good. And in the next 3 minutes, we're gonna get 1 hour close. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Woo! Man, oh man. Yeah, it's gonna drop. Gold is going to drop. Gold is going to drop. Let's just wait for 2 more minutes and we will know what the gold is going to do in the next few hours. 2 more minutes. Let's go. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Gold is dropping, Gold is dropping, it's dropping. It's gonna drop. It's actually gonna drop. One more minute. One more minute. One more minute.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
Wow. Gold is dropping, guys. Gold is gonna drop. It's actually gonna drop. Man. Man, oh man. It's actually gonna drop. Wow. This is just amazing price action here. Gold is gonna correct that market. Gold is actually gonna correct that market. So the previous 1 hour has closed bearish. That's good. Proper resistance has been established on the top. So this right here, a proper resistance established. So we can get correction in the market. So if the price is going to move down, we have to see some sort of structure like this in the smaller time frame. That'll be perfect. The previous 30-minute is something that it's very interesting to look at. So if you look at this, you know that, you know what, price actually rejected this. Amazing, man. Gold, there was buys, and look at this. Now it's setting up for sales. Actually setting up for sales. Beautiful. This is just beautiful. All right, so what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to head out in the next 1 minute. And I will have to say bye-bye to everybody. We're going to come back tomorrow. We're going to catch everything there, everything that's presented to us through the market. And that will be amazing. Okay. So best of luck, guys. Until then, don't over risk. Don't overtrade. Be careful and be mindful in the market. Don't rush into any trade. Have a beautiful day. We read the market, had amazing time. Thank you so much, Ricardo. Thank you for coming in. It's always amazing seeing you guys supporting me So this is amazing. So if you guys see some sort of sell setup, perfect. Other than that, I will be heading out, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Take care.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye. Thank you guys for coming in. That was amazing. We had people coming into YouTube. That was amazing. Thank you for the love and support. We're going to come back in. We're going to dissect the chart. We're going to dissect the chart and we're going to make some money out of the thin air. Thank you for coming in. That was just amazing. Just give me a like, subscribe, thumbs up, whatever there is. Comment down the video, man. You guys are amazing. You have a beautiful heart. Best of luck and just milk the chart. See you guys later.